Happy Aloha Friday, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mai Tais at Sunset. I have a special guest with me today who is hitting me in the face. Her name is Mochi. I call her Moch, the Moch, and Moch the Roach. But I'm Tai.
Aloha, I'm Mai. Happy Aloha Friday, happy weekend. I set the intention that we are going to have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and share healing. I have my puppy. He's ignoring me, actually, thank goodness, because I don't want him all up in my face.
Like this
Like
one?
that one. She is clawing the crap out of you. She's trying to lick your whole face. She's tiny.
It's Moch the Roach.
I had a little pug named Mochi.
She's 3 months old.
She's a Yorkie. And this one's
Rascal.
a Yorkie.
Yeah,
She's so tiny.
she is.
Oh, she got you.
Yorkie.
She got you on the lips.
So what do you have to tell us about? Let's start.
Oh, well, I wanted to actually do this in the last recording, but I forgot. We didn't actually have a chance to re-record. I think we're at about 150 total loss of life for Maui. I think we're kind of stable at that number. Thank goodness it's not higher, because initially it was like 3,000 people were missing. So it's still a lot of people who are gone. I actually have a channeling that I did from them to send a healing message to the world. I'm going to do that at the end of this episode, so I won't do it right now, but I'll also like to do a moment of silence at the end of our recording today.
Okay.
So help me remember. But
Okay.
Maui is doing better. The residents have actually been allowed to go back to their properties. You know, they're starting to see that they can rebuild and there's a future and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And thank you to the outpouring of the world for help.
It's been really hard to watch and to see.
That's kind of what the message is about. They gave their lives for a reason. It wasn't, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, sorry. I do have a lot of fun stuff though. I mean, we are still catching up because we took a hiatus for just over 3 months.
I know.
didn't mean
We
to.
just got so busy.
We did, and time was flying so fast that
Yeah, it was.
I haven't been able to like share all the things. So as we were preparing to record for this, I was going back through all of my photos, and you're like, "I'll be ready in an hour," and I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like looking through all my photos, like trying to remember everything that I wanted to talk about and share. And I sent you probably about 15 photos.
Yeah, you did. You sent me a lot. Hold on.
That dog is like trying to climb. Oh, because Sky is right behind you. Sky's a big dog.
Yeah, Sky doesn't like her at all, so I'm trying to keep them away.
Sky is right behind you. You want me to just start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've been doing a whole lot of things. A lot of Costco things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if your Costco has it, so I thought we'd just do a little compare things. One of the fun things I found that kind of stopped me in my tracks was this thing called cake seasoned with chicken meat floss.
I know, I saw it. It was kind of gross sounding.
And I was like, what in the world is that?
Meat floss.
But you open it up, and I actually have it right here. So it's like a little pastry. It looks normal, like a thick little pastry. As I'm breaking it, you can see inside.
There's
so it,
meat floss.
there's meat floss. So it actually has like a crusty pastry shell, which is nice. And then the inside is chicken meat floss. So if you saw that
like
little
any of
short
that.
I did about pork floss, this one's
Yeah, I
chicken.
did.
It's actually kind of like a manapua is how it tastes.
Yeah, but it's stringy. Like,
It's not.
I'm good.
It's not
No, it
really
looks
stringy. It looks it though.
stringy.
It looks it though,
It looks really stringy. Ew, gross.
oh god! As I bit into it, my dog Ginger, her face is right here. It's right here. And I just looked over, and there she was.
Is it good?
It is. It's surprisingly.
I think the puppy's going to be on the recording. P.S.
Go get her.
Okay.
She was quiet in your arms. She was just scratching up your face.
Okay, I'm back. This dog is driving me a little bit crazy. I think she's rubbing poo on me, and it's gross. She was so good last night, and now she's got poo city all over her. Okay. Anyway,
Back to the chicken floss. It is kind of similar to manapua. It's not terrible.
it doesn't look very appetizing to me, but if you like it, I'll just believe in you. What's next?
Honestly, I won't buy it again. It's okay. We did try it straight out of the box. You know, you just get home and you open it and you eat it. It actually tastes good if you heat it. So we actually now put it in the cast iron with a little bit of oil and toast it up on the stove. And it's better than, it needs that little extra bit of fat around it. Just takes it to another level. Otherwise, it's kind of bland. But speaking of baking things, I got these. So this is that picture of the Portuguese tarts, the egg tarts. So if you go to Portugal, this is like the awesomest thing, right? To go and try the egg tarts. They're famous for them. And they took them to China. So that's why they're always there when you get dim sum. But they're teeny tiny. They are delicious. Really, really good. The pastry is so flaky. I just discovered that Costco makes a big giant custard pie. And they've had that forever. I really do like custard, but I was only thinking that I wanted it small, like individual tart size. And then I finally bought one and I was like, oh my God, this is really good actually. Because I would only go and have it at dim sum. We don't really have a Portuguese bakery that has custard tarts that I know of. The one that we used to have in Kailua closed, but I actually don't even remember if they had custard tarts. I would always go get something else. They made the best Portuguese bean soup.
We have a lot of places like bakeries and stuff that have Portuguese egg tarts and the regular Don Tots, the Chinese version of it.
It's now my new favorite is custard tarts. Other things that I found at Costco that I know you don't like is the shrimp chips.
Nope, no shrimp chips for me.
Look how big this bag is.
Why is that bag so big?
Bigger than my head. I mean, it's like the size of like those chips that you like, the Hawaiian barbecue.
Yeah, the barbecue ones. No, those are good.
It's that big. But those are
really good.
These are garlic and butter shrimp chips. And I just...
Lots of snacks at Costco, huh?
I love shrimp chips. I can't eat a lot of it because it's very salty. But those ones are actually really delicious. Okay, now I have to go back to my notes because I can't remember. Oh, the train. The very controversial train. They've just been building that thing for a really long time.
Since I was going to school there.
And taxpayers have been hit with this added tax, especially for businesses. All the businesses have to pay this additional tax for this train.
Yeah, I would say more than 8 years, yeah. I follow Hawaii News now and I watched like the unveiling of it and I was just like, this was such a waste of money. Because it doesn't even really serve a purpose, like a real purpose in my mind. Like I thought it was going to relieve the traffic from the west side. It doesn't even go that far.
And it's not even done. And it goes from some part of Kapolei, which isn't anywhere near the shops. It is like kind of in the middle. In fact, that picture that I showed you, that's the end or that's the beginning where it is, where it's starting. And it's just kind of like empty. There's like a parking lot that they paved across the street. So you got to go up and over this bridge, this pedestrian bridge. And you're crossing, I think like 6 lanes, maybe 8 lanes. It's very wide. Kapolei, when they built Kapolei, the second city, that's supposed to be like Honolulu, they were going to move everybody out of Honolulu and build this great second city out in Kapolei. And it really hasn't.
I mean, that's the only place people can like afford housing is Kapolei. That's the only thing. They made it in the suburbs, basically.
Yeah. So the island of Oahu, Kapolei area is on the west side, the far west side of the island.
Where the Disney resort is, for reference.
Aulani is out there. The water park is out there. There is a lot of shopping and there's a lot of homes. It's a lot of suburbs. And right next to the train where it kind of starts is townhomes. So I imagine they think that the train is going to serve them and then they're going to get on it and go to Honolulu. What it really needed to do was go all the way to the University of Hawaii in Manoa, which is past Honolulu District when you're coming from the west side. It's the University of Hawaii students that really impact a lot of the traffic because they're commuting with the early morning commuters. And then they're also commuting like all day long because classes are at different times. So even though they have a UH campus, you really have to go to the main campus to get to your higher degrees of education.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, it's just a lot of traffic. I try to tell people to avoid going west or from the west anytime from like, let's see, 6 to 10. Then from like 2 to 7.
You'll sit in traffic for 2 to 3 hours. Our island isn't that big, so it's not going to UH. I think that's only going to go as far as Ala Moana Shopping Center in Honolulu, and then they expect you to get on the bus and go somewhere else. Hawaii's bus system is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You can go around the entire island. You only have to pay, I think, in one direction for the first one, and then you can just get transfers. And you can transfer all the way around the island. So, like, in your one direction, you only have, like, let's say you're going to Waikiki or something, but you have to get off at Ala Moana and then get on another bus that goes to Waikiki. Actually, I don't even know any of the routes anymore. It's been a long time since I've had to ride the bus.
Yeah. I think I rode it one time and I was like, no, I'm good. Because it just didn't get me there quick enough. And I was tired of the stop and go, and people putting their bikes on.
Stop and go.
And then there are some weird people who ride it like at night. I'm like, I'm good. I have my car. I can afford the gas. How much is gas there now? Just out of curiosity.
$4.69.
Oh, it's cheaper than California. California was like $6.70 something the last time a few of my friends were there, and then today, like, I paid less than $3. The perks of living in Texas. Man, remember when gas was like $1 something, and we'd all be excited about it? And in Hawaii, it was like $3 at that point. You're like, bring back the $3 gas, like, please. Yeah,
I know. I would not have been able to afford to drive when I was in high school. No. Not at these prices. And all my friends would have to, I had the car, but they'd all have to help chip in for gas. Because
of course,
drive
they better chip in for gas. Like, shit. Well, one of the fun things that I've been doing lately is going to a lot of expos. And like, I went to the Veterans Expo, which was 2 days. And I got to meet a lot of different veterans and active members of the military. They did this really cool kind of unveiling of all these metal art. And they're the seals of the different branches and the Houston Regional Veterans Chamber. So I'll share that video. They had a demonstration for an attack dog, like a security dog. That's a robotic. So I'll show you that too. It was really interesting. I watched it run across the convention center, and it was fast. And I was like, eventually these are going to have like rail guns on them, stun guns. And my business partner, Kyle, said that that's probably the future of private security, are these robotic dogs that just sense things. And then I met a robot, like a supplement to security and law enforcement, and it can read over 1,000 different license plates in like a certain amount of time. It records people. It does facial recognition. It was creepy. It was like a floating egg. It was on some wheels, because they do that now at the airports. They will scan your face. It's like a non-negotiable thing for TSA. Like, you have to get your face scanned now. Yeah. Because they want to be able to run it through a database and things like that. This robot can do all those things. It can make calls. It can speak to you, give you direction. It's like really weird. It was really trippy when I was looking at it. It was like, wow. It even knew who I was. Like, it ran my face and pulled up my driver's license.
Wow. So that is so scary.
But there's some weird things that are happening. Like, the whole, like, being able to, like, pull up my face and, like, see where I've traveled before, and like in the past, like, certain amount of time, pulling out my driver's license. I thought that was like really weird. And then I just found out today the Census Bureau now wants to record your sexual orientation, which I thought was like super controversial. And you know, their reasoning behind it is they said they want to battle racism. And I said, well, being part of the, even being straight or LGBTQ community, it doesn't battle racism. How would that battle racism when it has nothing to do with race? Like, it just has to do with your beliefs. And I asked a few of my friends who are bisexual, but they're like married to a man or they're married to a woman. They're like, I would never put down that I'm bisexual because I don't want to be like rounded up, targeted, rounded up. I mean, isn't that what happened? Like, down the road is like people were outing each other. You know, down the road in like wars and stuff and all those kind of like targeted group, you know, genocides and things like that. And I looked at my mom today and I was like, I'm not putting down anything. Like, I just, nothing. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to mark it because I don't want people to know.
I don't think that's a question that legally they're allowed to ask.
No, they're making it legal. It'll be on our next census. When they take the next census, there's going to be like your sexual orientation on there.
Is that for Texas, the state of Texas?
No, it's for the whole country.
Whoa.
It's brand new. It just came out today on the news. I heard it on the news this morning. NPR, God. CNN, everything. And so I have a problem with that. I know that our podcast is meant to be like, but I just wanted to tell you.
All positive. Like, yeah. Okay, well.
Yeah, but that's like weird. Like, that should be an FYI for everybody. Like, the National Census Bureau wants us in the future to record our sexual orientation. That's an interesting topic to go with.
That is weird. Let's go to something happy. I got a gift in the mail today from you.
Yeah.
I was so surprised. I saw this box from Amazon and I opened it up and there's a bag inside, and the bag packaging shows this all over the whole package is a outline drawing of like a woman holding her belly. And I'm like, pregnancy something? And my daughter was next to me. She goes, I think it's a big pregnancy test. And I'm like, I don't think they have such a thing that would be like this big, because it was huge. And I opened it up and started to balloon out as this big body pillow.
Yeah.
The big body pillow, the kind, it's like a giant C shape and your body goes in the middle of it.
It's supposed to be a U shape.
There's like a top part for like your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so your body goes in it and it cradles you, and you can toss and turn to left or right, and you'll have pillows to snuggle and your legs all the way around. So I thought that was, it's actually what I do now when I sleep. I've got extra pillows for my legs on either side, and I've got a snuggly pillow, and then I got my head pillow. So this is just like a one pillow.
Yeah. There's just a funny thing going around. I bought one recently because my neck was hurting, and I was like, I remember when I had one in Hawaii. I couldn't bring it back with me because it was too big and I didn't want it in storage and shipping. So I bought one for myself, and I was like, this is the most luxurious thing like ever. Right? Then I was like sitting at lunch the other day, and my BNI folks, that's Business Networking International, like other business owners, I started like going on a rant about how wonderful this pregnancy pillow is. And they're like, I was like, it's life-changing. You can sit up, you can do all these things. And they were like, nah, there's no way. Like, this is going to be comfortable, whatever. We don't believe you. I ordered 11 of them for Christmas, and I sent it to every single person who denied how wonderful it was. And now there are like 11 people, now 12, who all use it and sleep so wonderfully. And my pro tip right now is I bought some silk pillowcases. And the whole thing, I sewed it together. So it's one big silk cover. It is the most luxurious sleep I have had in a hot minute. Not only am I hugged, or I can fold it to be like a back support, or you know, I can cuddle with it, or I can cross the arms in front of me and it'll hold my phone or my book for me. Like, the only thing I really need in it is a cup holder in the future. Like, if we create one, we should create one with a cup holder. But it's so comfortable. I'm so excited for you to try it. So you'll have to give us a review the next time, like, we're on Mai Tais. So you can tell everybody how wonderful it is. We'll have to put the link in the next episode when you give us a solid review. But my review is, it will change your life. I know a few people who are married to their spouses, and they use it, and their spouse can no longer like come over and cuddle. It's like a barrier. But they say they sleep hot, so they don't let their spouses come over, but they do use that pillow more than they hug their spouse. And I was like, that's funny. So, life-changing.
The key word for me on the packaging was cooling.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in Hawaii. It's been hot, right? So
if you put those satin silk pillowcases on it, it's even more cool.
Okay.
And it's good for your hair too, by the way.
Yeah, silk sheets for sure. But also bamboo. I love my bamboo sheets.
Well, you should put those bamboo things on there and sew them.
Yeah.
Went to an anime shindig, and I wanted to support this company that makes really soft shirts with a little embroidered like Pokemon characters and other things, and it's called Hello Dawn Company. So I bought 7 of them, one for each day of the week.
All different Pokemon.
All different Pokemon. One of them had Totoro on there, and I just bought like all kinds of random stuff. So I love all the expos and Comic Cons that I've been going to. It's just fun to walk around and see all the things, meet new business owners and stuff like that.
What else did I find? Oh, we have been on this new drink called McGoli. It's not new. It's from Korea. It's a fermented, I want to call it like a rice wine, but I'm not 100% sure that's correct. Like a sake fermented. And it comes in a lot of different flavors. It's affordable. It's really nice. Costco just brought in kombucha variety pack with like all these different fruit flavors, which is also really nice. It's been our summer beverages in the cooler. And then there were these local brand hard ciders, and I sent you the picture.
I saw that. It looked
big
good.
Old Hawaiian flag on the back. Yeah, it was pretty good. Hard cider. So those have been my variety of beverages for the summer since we're just catching up.
My variety of beverage this summer has been literally water and Sunkiss. Like, that's it.
I haven't had Sunkist in a long time.
So good, so good. I get a whole pack of 6 for $3. I'm like, I love it. I love Powerade too, but I mean, it was so hot for a while in Texas. Now it's like kind of cooler because it's like mid 90s and then low like 70s at night. But it's not 108 anymore, and I feel like I'm actually cool sometimes.
It's a little cooler.
Oh, just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little, but yeah, it is a little bit cooler. Anyway, there was other things that I had to talk about, and I'm just like drawing a blank now. I should have made notes like you did.
I took pictures. That's why I thought you were going to send me a bunch of pictures too.
Oh man, you know, I didn't get there because I was watching Studio Ghibli.
Okay. You know, Studio Ghibli has a theme park in Japan.
I would love to go to that.
Yes.
Sky has been visiting for several weeks now. I have to bring her back next week because she is going back to the farm just because I'm going to be out of town on a cruise for my birthday. My birthday's coming up. It's tradition. Every year, my mom and I go do something Disney. So we'll be doing that. So it'll be a nice little break. We've never been on a Disney cruise. I'm excited to report that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else I wanted to... I had things to talk about, but now I don't have things to talk about. Why is that happening to me right now?
That's okay. How'd you like the last episode?
I enjoyed it. I think a lot of things have changed for us. I do find that because we're so busy, we do have lots of things to talk about, but we forget to talk about them.
I know, which is why I have to take pictures every single day
of my
life
this is,
so that
this
I
is
can
what
remember.
I'm going to have to do.
But every time you're living your life, just snap a photo so that you have a memory.
I know. I actually bought these mindfulness journals. I'm trying these again.
Okay.
They're a different set. But it's made out of stone paper, and I really wanted the stone paper, but these journals came along with it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to buy new journals, and I'm going to buy this other guided journal that's on stone paper. So I'm excited to see stone paper. It's supposed to be the new revolutionary thing to save the planet, and I'm all about it.
Okay, the only other thing I want to do is I want to do the reading of the channeling.
Okay, go for it.
I did a channeling after everything that happened in Maui. And this is what they said. So a message for Maui to the world to help the healing. Maui strong. Maui is a beautiful place, and we're blessed to live and work and visit the city of Lahaina. The tragedy was devastating and put Hawaii in the forefront for a time, and much needed change will come. The benefit to communities and construction and proper space and planning for better infrastructure will make future development safer. Just as other major tragedies of the past have created improvements in humanity around the world, for a time, Hawaii will need your kokua, your help. Love and prayer to all those families affected by this tragic event, and love and prayer to the healing of Maui and all of Hawaii and the world. Recognize the importance of these souls that gave their lives to show the perils of not taking care of the community and lacking safety protocols in place to prevent the disaster that cost them their lives. These deadly events can all be avoided by creating safeguards against any and all types of loss. Businesses, governments, and people need to work together to protect our communities and the environment that we call home. We all call this planet home. Let's all look out for each other and start caring about more than just ourselves. Maybe you could love all of the people that share this beautiful world with you. Wishing you love always. And that was it.
Beautiful.
We'll just leave space for just a moment of quiet for Maui and for those that are no longer with us. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. I also want to give special blessings to a very good friend of mine, and she works for the Galveston Regional Chamber of Commerce. Her daughter passed away today, and I just want to send her love and light. it's really hard when a parent watches their child get sick or pass away. And so I just want to send her as much healing energy as possible. Our show is always about bringing positivity and light to people. And I think she needs some extra special light from all of us.
And we
at
send
Mai
it.
Tai Sunset. Yes.
And we send it.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, thank you for joining us for another episode of Mai Tais at Sunset. Be sure to check us out at maitaisatsunset.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and all the places that you listen to your favorite podcasts.
And until we meet again, ahoy ho.